Do you sometimes feel like you're going to go bankrupt, like your finances are completely out of whack? And maybe it is because you realize that you've never made enough deposits, or you did not have a savings culture from early on in your life. Well, what about the bank account, the deposits you made to your own well-being, to longevity and beyond? What about that bank account? What is the real currency to invest? The real account to invest is you, and the currency to invest is health, well-being, fitness, and a sharp mind, body, and spirit, with a nice soft-tuned and self-regulated nervous system, so that your emotions are all aligned, body, mind, and spirit. That is the treasure that we need to invest in, because that's the real currency. The real currency, well-being, fitness, sharpness in your brain, so one day you can recognize your loved ones. That is the real value. That's where the goal is. And sometimes we've forgotten to make really good, powerful, conscious, and mindful choices that support and makes constant, daily little deposits into that bank account. And those deposits, if you've ever invested any money, even like 10 cents here, $1 here, $2 there, daily, you see how it accumulates and compounds through the years. The same thing happens if you don't make those deposits. Little by little, your bank account drains. The same is with our bodies. One day we wake up being over 50, I'm almost 60 before I know it, and you realize, oh my God, I have pain in my neck, my spine is not moving properly, I have pain in my knees, I cannot ski anymore. Why does that happen? Does that have to happen? That's the question. Does it have to happen that these bodies need to fall apart? No, I happen to be a yoga instructor, and one of the things that really made me fall in love with the discipline of yoga as a discipline, not that I have to go to a yoga class, but practicing as a way of life, just always having that unity between my body, mind, and spirit, working on my peace in my mind, being able to include asanas that keep my body fresh and oxygenize my cells and my organs, is when I heard this, and I was only 13 years old. You're as young as your spine is flexible. And that really stayed with me. And that doesn't mean that you can touch, the floor with your fingertips. Not necessarily. It just means that your spine is mobile, like a dancer. So you're reaching for a book on a shelf, and your whole body is leaning in that direction. You're not blocking and creating chronic tension in a repetitive manner, blocking movement, but rather you're flowing with movement, and there's grace in your movement. So you're preserving the mobility of your spine through your golden years. And I believe at that point I fell in love with that. Why? Because in Argentina, where I used to live, there was only one class, and it was taught by a very old lady, and all the people in the class, they were old ladies. They were 80 and up, and they could not move. They were in pain in needles, and they looked at me and says, who are you? You're 13 years old trying to learn this? I said, yes, I'm interested. I says, well, I tell you the secret. They all said that if you do this every day of your life from now on, you'll be our age and you'll be different than us. You'll continue to be doing what you're doing now. And I was with my legs over my head, and guess what? Now I'm pretty much 57, I can do the same and more. Why? Because that day on, I made a decision, and the decision was to make those conscious deposits and continue my practice every day. Then eventually I realized I don't know anything, so I became a yoga instructor. I did my training in the Catskills in New York. I lived in the ashram, and I acquired all the tools, first in a selfish manner, so I could learn from myself. And it became I call it my healthy addiction. Before I start my day, that's what I do. I meditate, I do my yoga, and then I'm ready to face the world. So I'm not saying you gotta do yoga or anything like that, but simply incorporate movements. Make the gym. I'm gonna do a video about this. Why go to the gym? I never been to the gym in my life, and I'm in good shape, and I keep well fit. But the gym is my everyday life activities, and my life is my gym. It's mobile. It goes with me. I wasn't born with weights in my hands. Everything we need for our well-being is within us. So it's what we put in the temple of these bodies, what we put in our brains in terms of positive thinking. So, and how we move and remain mobile and less sedentary, because this body is meant for movement, and we can do that very simply and easily. So the question is, on a scale from 1 to 10, if you were to envision what is your life going to look like in the last 10, 15 years, are you going to have mobility? Are you going to recognize your loved ones? What is that going to look like? What is that picture going to look like? Because whatever is happening happening now, if you're not putting conscious choices daily to support that well-being, most likely it's going to continue draining down, and you may not be able to achieve that picture. But if from today on you start making conscious, mindful choices that support that well-being and that vision you want to accomplish long term, guess what? You'll be in your 70s, 80s, and beyond, moving, being self-independent, meaning you'll be able to do your tasks on your own, live by yourself or with your loved ones, and recognize and embrace people that you love, not be like, who are you? So that's how I want to embrace every day of my life in the here and now, because it's the only life we have. So do you want to share this journey with me? Are you interested in incorporating a bit more movement, a few more positive thoughts in your mind, and making those valuable deposits in the treasure of your own self and your own well-being, so that you have health, fitness, agility, and a sharp mind from now on and beyond? Accompany me, please. I'm here to help you out, bring clarity in that transformation to bulletproof your golden years and beyond. And please tell me, comment below if this resonates with you. Comment below. Subscribe, share this video with others. We need as many of us as possible. Together we're stronger, and we want a healthy, shiny world. So thank you for watching. Come back for more. And in the meantime, love, peace, namaste.